From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
We are the satellites. Set the reaction. Ticket to ride. Reckless abandon. Time on your side. Into the future. The water is fine. We're going places. You're coming with us.
It's Friday, May 3rd, 2019, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and with me here in our Orlando studios on the ones and twos, my illustrious brother. No, I said that wrong. Hold on, let me say it. Let me do it again.
Keep that. We got a new one. We got a new
That
intro.
was Freudian. That was
He's our engineer, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
All right. I got thrown because the room is full today.
Yeah.
I didn't know what order to go in, and I froze mid-sentence. Over there, all the way from Loverland, Virginia, but sitting 4 feet to my right, Jesse Carey.
hello.
Also joining us in the studio today, Tyler Huckabee.
Hey, everybody.
We'll tell you why in a second, why everybody's in town. And sitting in with us for the whole show, we had so much fun with her last time, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hi, guys. I can't believe you invited me back.
Oh, are you kidding?
Oh.
We can't believe that after we may have gotten you in trouble for tax evasion, for a tiny house situation that people can go back and listen to, that you'd want to join us again.
Well, we'll see what happens today.
But you're on speed dial, Jamie.
Yeah.
After that,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
there's
thank
no
you.
Yeah.
there's no way you're locked in for life.
Yeah.
No, believe me.
Yeah.
First time I did this, I
Good.
thought it was a one-time thing.
Before we get going, I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by World Vision, and we're very excited about this. Their upcoming initiative, the Global 6K for Water, which is happening tomorrow. If
That's
you're
right.
listening to this on Friday night, it's happening tomorrow.
That's right.
If you're a procrastinator and save this for a later date, you missed out.
You might be listening to this during the run.
But it's not too late to give.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They leave the giving open. World Vision's Global 6K for Water is a one-day event where people from all over the world walk and run 6 kilometers in their own neighborhoods to bring lasting clean water to children in need. Every step you take is one they won't have to. Now, Tyler, why 6K, not 5?
Because they
Tyler,
wanted to
6
challenge me.
kilometers is the average distance women and kids in the developing world walk for clean water. That's why. When you walk or run World Vision's Global 6K for Water, you provide life-changing water to one person in need through your registration fee. So no matter where you walk or run, you'll be celebrating lives changed. How cool is that? And you can raise a lot of money and affect a lot more lives. The event takes place tomorrow morning, May 4th, and our whole team here at Relevant is running it. We'd love for you to join us wherever you are. You can go to worldvision6k.org to find out, or you can search for groups in your area, or you can even host a group. It's not too late. And like I mentioned to Jesse, it's not too late to donate. If you're not able to participate, go to worldvision6k.org/relevant and give to Team Relevant.
Yeah.
We're trying to raise as much money as possible.
That's right.
I'm excited. I saw the roster because I was buying bottled water this morning for the race day. We got 80 people showing up with us.
Yeah.
I don't know why 80 people are coming to our office, but hey.
80 people will be humbled by my blistering speed.
And your disgusting blisters.
Yeah, I mean, I've overtrained, and I can barely move right now, and I'm very concerned about the
You're like
morning.
Michael Scott after he put his foot on the griddle.
Yeah, exactly. I ironically have blisters and grilled my foot somehow, so it's going to be a bad day, but I will do it for a good cause.
It's going to be like
good.
the end of Cool Runnings with Jesse just like hobbling down the finish line and everybody on the sidelines
Yeah.
just doing the slow clap as he
Everyone will have long
drags.
finished the race.
That Olympian whose dad comes and drags
Yeah,
him across the finish line.
yeah.
That's going to be Jesse tomorrow.
Yeah.
My son, my 9-year-old Cohen, is running it with us.
Yeah.
So I've decided I'm going to stay back at his pace.
Oh, that's
so
smart.
I'm not going to.
That's nice of you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going
a good
to
dad.
push it too hard. You
good
know,
dad.
I'm excited. It's going to be a good day for a good cause. World Vision's the #1 provider of clean water in Africa, so it's a great organization to get behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving the show along, we have a great episode in store for you today. Coming up later, Joy Williams joins us. She has a new album called Front Porch. It's out today. You know Joy Williams.
Yeah.
She was also in the Civil Wars.
That's right.
She's been around for a long time.
When we talked to her, do we ask her what happened there?
I don't want to give away.
Yes.
I don't want to give away anything.
Jamie, do you know?
I don't know, but I would love to know.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to say. We don't come with any like breaking gossip.
She was
It's
a
a
gossip.
reference.
We don't care. It's reference.
When she had her solo debut album a couple years ago, she was on our cover.
Right.
And I was dying for that to be where
Yeah.
she finally told the story. And she wouldn't go there.
She goes there a little today.
It's referenced. How about that? How about that? We're not going to. The
juicy.
Christian tabloids aren't going to run with this one. We're not. This isn't going to be anything. We got nothing for TMZ, for Parade magazine.
Yeah.
But we got a few quotes.
Now, Jamie, you're joining us. You're speaking at a conference today. Is that what?
I am. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City,
At a
Missouri.
conference called the Equipped Conference.
Oh, that's
and so
cool.
we're equipping women
But-
to do big things.
So wouldn't it be the Equip conference since that's actively happening, or if they're already equipped,
Or they leave
why
and they're
even
like,
go?
It's
equipped.
aspirational.
Equipped. It
Okay,
is
well, I don't know. Maybe it is the Equip. It's something.
but you're
starts with
speaking.
an E.
You're speaking not once but twice this very day, correct?
This very day. I already spoke once, and I'm about to speak again in about an hour and a half.
How much is the most you've described more than I've done in the last 6 months, which is speaking twice and doing this podcast. Is this the busiest day you've ever had, or does
Well,
it even
I will
come
tell
close?
you this, and listen, we're not going to give out any gossip here.
Okay.
I have been a part of a conference, and I won't say who it was, where when you come in, they work you to death. Like they're going to get every ounce of you that they can get. And so that was probably my busiest day ever.
And Acquire the Fire is no longer around, and I will. But we appreciate you making time, and not only are you making time between these two speaking schedules, you are in a makeshift studio that actually appears to be some sort of nursery.
Yeah, we can see her on video, and we're looking at diapers. So
There's
I'm
piles
hoping-
of diapers.
I'm
behind
hoping you're in the
I see-
nursery.
Yeah, I hope it's
I
either
am in
nursery.
the church nursery right now.
her. Okay. Well,
See?
It looks like it, you sound great.
The glamorous world of podcasting.
Right?
All right, well, moving the show along. Every Friday, it's time for the hot list.
It's the hot list. The hot list.
I still don't love that.
my
I am
favorite.
very uncomfortable. Jamie, does that jingle still make you uncomfortable?
Well, I think it's different than the one I heard last time, isn't it? Are you rotating?
Yeah, we because we can't settle on one. We've
Yeah.
got several options. You know, it's like you got several kids. None of them are perfect, so you just kind of rotate them in and out, keep it fresh. You know.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That one that one kind of makes me feel like I don't know what's about to come next. Like,
Yeah.
That's a good.
But I'll say this in not a good way.
Yeah,
In
that's
not a
right.
good
you
way.
kind of wonder, what is this? We're not sure.
Like I'm in a situation I don't feel like I should be in. That's when I hear that. That's what that reminds me of. So
Yeah.
Well, and before I do the countdown 5 to 1, just let me tell you a little foreshadowing. You want to stay tuned for number 1.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm on pins and needles.
Oh, God,
And I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm still on pin-
Jamie,
I'm-
you are. You're in for a real
Am
treat.
I the only one that doesn't
Yes,
know?
and you are in for a real treat. We need your genuine reactions to it too, because it's shocking. It is salacious.
This is if you have a journalist friend, get him on the horn.
yeah,
They're going to want to know.
because if you think the Joy Williams stuff is great Christian gossip,
That's what I was waiting for.
wait until you hear what's coming up at number 1.
All right,
Okay,
coming in
I
at
can
number
wait.
5 on the hot list. The Obamas are producing a biopic about the life of Frederick Douglass for Netflix. The couple recently launched Higher Ground Productions, which will focus on socially conscious film projects. Among the initial films they're working on for Netflix is a biopic about the great Civil War era abolitionist Frederick Douglass. In a statement, the former president explained, "We created Higher Ground to harness the power of storytelling. That's why we couldn't be more excited about these projects. Touching on issues of race and class, democracy and civil rights, and much more, we believe each of these productions won't just entertain, but will educate, connect, and inspire us all." Along with being one of the most important figures in the abolitionist movement, Frederick Douglass was a devout Christian who used his faith to inspire others to engage in social activism. In his autobiography, he described the experience of coming to faith. He wrote, "I was not more than 13 years old when in my loneliness and destitution I longed for someone to whom I could go as to a father and protector. The preaching of a white Methodist minister named Hanson." Oh, Hanson.
Probably related.
One of their
Did
early,
it have
one of their
brothers?
early
Yes.
works.
Yeah,
Hanson
that- yeah.
was the means of causing me to feel that in God I had such a friend. He thought that all men, great and small, bond and free, were sinners in the sight of God, that they were by nature rebels against his government, and that they must repent of their sins, be reconciled to God through Christ. Bop.
I think that was the Hanson. He was like the bonus Jonas of the Hanson. You know how there's James, do you know there's a bonus Jonas?
What?
There's a fourth
Wait, there's
Jonas.
another one?
Wait,
There's a fourth.
like the third property brother.
It's like the third. Exactly. Okay.
Or like, isn't there a Manning that you don't know about?
Yes, there's Cooper Manning. Cooper Manning is, but the Jonas Brothers have a fourth bonus Jonas. He's younger, and the Property Brothers have like a non-twin brother.
A non-twin doesn't look
I knew
related
him.
at
I
all.
went on a trip with him.
How is he? What is he
Wait
like?
a minute.
Whoa.
I
Okay,
did.
stop the presses.
Holy cow.
We got to do a
We got
side
to switch
pod.
up the hot list.
Switch
Switch up the hot list.
You went on a trip
JD.
With the
with
non-property
JD,
brother.
okay.
Yeah, his name's JD, right? Yes. I went to Ethiopia on a trip with him.
The property sibling went on an
You went to
Ethiopia.
Africa.
What was he like behind
hear
the
it.
scenes?
Well, I don't know anything. I don't know him or his brothers. Like, I don't watch that show.
Okay.
So I had no context. I just knew, he has brothers who are on Property Brothers.
Yeah.
But he was completely normal, just like all you guys.
Oh, well,
Oh, man. That's,
I was kind of hoping he would be.
we need a
diva.
headline here, Jamie. We need something.
Sorry.
Can you give us something?
I'm not good at giving headlines because I'm a kind person. I will not speak
Yeah,
ill of anyone.
I would have provoked the Property Brother just for the sake of having a good story. Like me and JD, that Property Brother, we got in a little scuffle. It was, we're in Ethiopia. Yeah, it was.
It would have been
he's
a good
scrappy.
story.
I will say this:
He's scrappy.
He's
small.
scrappy.
He's small, but
He
he's
ended up in
scrappy.
an African
He's got
jail.
those two, lumbering hunks for twin brothers. Got to stick up for himself. He's scrappy. You don't want to mess with him.
There's a
I'll
reason
say
he's
that.
not on TV. There's a reason they don't want him on the
wily.
screen.
He's
You
wily.
don't know
He's
he's gonna do-
unpredictable.
He's like our Jinx.
He's the wild card.
He's like a cornered cat.
He's like a
But I
hot
have a
list.
question.
Hot list.
Yeah.
Jingle.
Why did the bonus Jonas, why is he not a part of the thing?
That's a good question. I don't think the
Oh, is he
world-
too young?
I think he was
He
very young.
disappointed mom and dad.
Oh, right.
No, I don't know. I think he was too young when they started, but that's got to be kind of a bummer because he's
That
technically
is.
a Jonas
So
brother.
I have a Hanson origin story.
Okay.
So I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, going to college in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
And at our Oral Roberts University basketball games, there's a halftime entertainment.
yeah.
And I remember the day that the local family band Hanson came and performed at the halftime show when they were just getting their chops.
Yeah.
They were like doing the local gigs, and then Mbop blew up.
Was
But,
it
I
just
mean,
the brothers when they played? Just the three brothers?
Yeah,
Or
it
was
was.
mom and dad or anything?
Mom
like
and
that?
dad were on the front row yelling at them and stuff. But
Be better. Be better.
Yeah, but no.
The youngest Hanson had to have been like a baby though, because
Yeah,
he's pretty young.
Yeah.
He was like it was the era of like Tool Time and Jonathan Taylor
yeah.
Thomas.
Sure. Oh,
He
yeah.
had the
JTT.
the hunky
You could've said
12-year-olds
JTT, you
were
would've
acceptable back then.
Yeah.
Having
There was like Tiger Beat. And
yeah,
stuff.
Tiger Beat. Yeah, you got to keep the pages.
I'll say this:
filled.
JD, I think in his day could have been a Tiger Beat. I've seen him. He seems like a very handsome. He's no Property Brother, but he's
Nope.
close. He's close. Yeah.
All right, coming in number 4 on the hot list. So we went from Frederick Douglass. Oh, because of
To
Hanson.
Hanson.
Because of the Hanson thing. Okay.
Very
I was
inappropriate.
like trying to figure out how
Why did we get
scrappy,
there? Yeah.
wily property sibling came up.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
owe Frederick Douglass more than that. So
Yeah,
thank you, Frederick.
This biopic is going to be helpful for all of us because we'll realize how insensitive we
And
were
I was-
to his amazing story.
Those 3 sentences Cameron read from his like autobiography are the most theologically deep 3 sentences I've read in a long time. So props to that.
Coming in number 4 this week, Judah and the Lion, who you heard on the podcast last week, performed a killer version of their song Over My Head on Late Night with Seth Meyers this week. I'm just going to say it. The Relevant Podcast is continuing to be a pipeline for America's late night television shows.
Kingmakers.
Now with indie rock band and former worship artist Judah and the Lion performing their single from the album Pep Talks. Curiously, just days after appearing on this very
we don't want to
podcast.
take credit for their success.
Yeah.
Nor, because we had a few weeks ago, Jamie.
Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze, then Taraji P.
Henson.
Henson.
And then days later, they were both on the Tonight
Both
Show.
on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is why I said yes again, just so you know. I'm like, all my cards are on the table here.
you're expecting
Relevant, come on.
that
Smart
Colbert
move.
call
Smart move.
any moment. Yeah.
Any moment.
All right. Well, here's a clip of their performance.
I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. All these thoughts are an ocean that I'm drowning in. I'm in over my head. I'm in over my head. I'm in over my
There you go.
Good for them. Good for them. And I'll say to them right now, I'm sure they're listening. You're welcome. You are welcome.
His syncopation. He was like da 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 da. He reminded me of the Micro Machines guy back in the day.
it's
He
very
just-
good.
Very,
Very good.
All right, coming in at number 3 this week, Jaden Smith is gonna play a young Kanye West
in a trippy new show. Scooter Braun, which is like Bieber's manager, and Ariana Grande, and Kingmaker, like our podcast, Kingmaker, Scooter Braun, and Kanye are among the producers of the new series for Showtime, which is called Omniverse. The premise of the show is frankly kind of trippy as it explores the deeper side of celebrity and spirituality. The first season will look at the idea of the ego and will focus on an alternative reality version of Kanye West, who will be played by Jaden Smith. The show's writer is Lee Sung Jin, and they explained, Omniverse is not set in our world, nor about our world's Kanye West, as we aim to add a new spin on alternate realities consciousness and push the limits of half-hour narrative.
I'm baffled, and I've only read that one sentence premise. Like, I don't know what it's about. I know Jaden Smith's in it. I know Scooter Braun's involved.
I mean, hey, I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so I'm understanding the alternate reality.
Is this going to end
thing
with
now.
like 17 Kanyes all swinging together?
That's
Jaden.
far too many Kanye. Jamie, what is your take on this show? Because
I don't even understand what you just said. Like, you read all this thing, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So he's playing Kanye, but it's a new alternate. I don't get it. I'm out. I don't want to.
I'll say that. You know what, Jamie? I'm out too.
Jamie-
I'm out too.
I'm out.
I'm out too.
Jamie, we have presented you with two entertainment options. On one hand, Omniverse, trippy stuff. On the other hand, Property Brothers. You're out for both of them. Like, what is it that
What
Jamie...
is your go-to
what's your
TV?
go-to
What
TV
does
here?
it take to get Jamie Ivey on board?
I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have. What have we watched recently? I think you're going to have to edit this.
No, bring it.
Oh, I'm going to keep it to myself then.
What were you watching?
All right, yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll edit it.
Hey,
we'll edit it.
Look, I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
A healthy edit.
No, it's nothing bad. It's just on whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's Game of Thrones, we know.
You watch The Office every night before we go to bed, so that's kind of lame.
That's not scary.
That's not
but
lame at all.
I do too.
We love The Office.
That's great. Yeah.
I love it. And I loved the reference to Michael burning his foot because it's one of my favorite episodes ever.
What's your favorite season or chunk of seasons? And what's your least favorite?
Well, I don't know that I am a good enough Office fan to answer that. I will say that I just started overwatching with my son, who's 15.
Okay.
And I've been holding off letting him watch it because there's just a lot of sexual innuendos on The Office.
Well, especially in the later seasons when Dwight and Angela are having secret trysts and cheatings.
that's
And
true.
I mean, it's
Okay, well, we're only in season
salacious.
2 with him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you're good.
There was one the other day. It was the one on sexual harassment training. Yeah. And I literally looked over at him and I was like, I'm sorry that you're seeing this. Are you okay? Like, I was like, are you okay? He's like, Mom, chill out. I'm 15. But so we watched that. The other thing that Aaron and I watched recently, and I can't remember the name of it, but the guy, I'll just edit. Like, I can't even think of the name. He blew up in a building. Like, what 17 shows
Die
did that
Hard?
happen to?
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
He
with
blew
a
up in
vengeance.
a building.
I don't know.
He blew. It was.
Okay, this is it. Here, I'll tell you.
Okay.
They couldn't figure out if he was a terrorist or not a terrorist.
24?
Not 24.
Homeland.
He was
Homeland.
Homeland.
Homeland's so good.
Okay.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we did that. So that's the most recent, like what I've seen everything
Good
of.
job. Homeland's great.
Homeland's
I love
great. That first season is really, really something special.
because you can blast through. Homeland's one of those shows where you've watched 3 and you're like, I should really go to bed, but that was a cliffhanger. What's going to happen to Brody or whatever? Yeah.
Brody, that's right. Yeah.
Chandler just moved into a new place, but for the last a little while, he was staying with me, and
Yeah.
I learned a lot about his viewing habits.
Really?
I frequently would walk into the house, and he was deep into a Law and Order marathon.
Oh, sure.
I mean, who hasn't that happened to? Everybody.
We've all been there.
That's his go-to 4:00 in the afternoon.
I've seen all of them.
On Wii.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
But which
Constitution.
one? Because there's like 7 different options.
Yeah,
I'm a Law and Order SVU girl.
Classic Law and Order. I've seen them all. SVU up until like a few seasons ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why my TV was always on Wii. And then, because in the afternoons,
Yeah.
They play Law and Order.
It's just the Law and Order channel. At this point. Yeah.
Jamie, you're an SVU girl.
Yes.
That's what you ride or die for.
Yeah.
Criminal Intent's a good one as well.
Which one is with Ice-T? Which one's with Ice-T?
That's SVU.
That's SVU.
Yeah.
Okay. I would, if I don't watch it, but if I did, I would be the one with Ice-T. Because I'm like, if I was a special victim, right? Because that's a special victims unit.
Right.
I would want Ice-T to investigate who murdered me gruesomely. Like, this guy's a very special victim. We need to be the best. I mean, he's not just a victim. That was gruesome. I've never seen someone victimized this specially before. Can I see it? He's the only man for this.
He gets the job done. He does.
Go to number 2 on the hot list. The makers of the Christian movie satire that we talked about last week are setting the record straight after Fox News came after them this week. So we discussed this on the, I think last Friday's podcast.
Yeah.
Director Vincent Mascial and writer Luke Barnett, formerly of Funny or Die, are making a new comedy called Faith-Based about 2 dudes who try to make a Christian movie in order to strike it rich. Apparently, the concept alone rubbed some pundits the wrong way. Imagine that. Fox News had Dan Gaynor of the Media Research Center on to talk about how outraged people evidently are about just the mere idea of this project. Gaynor said, "I'm always amazed at what hacks Hollywood wannabes really are. But they operate in an anti-conservative, anti-Christian industry. So targeting people of faith is a must if they want to break through. As for the film itself, few people will ever see it or ever care. It's just one more example of how the American media culture targets Christians as its favorite villains. People with morals, ethics, and faith terrify Hollywood, which has none of those things."
I love how this guy makes it very personal right out of the gate.
It's like you attacked his family.
Exactly. These guys are making like a satire movie, which honestly the concept is perfect. Like
it's great.
we've all like seen a trailer for a Christian movie and it's like, this is almost at the level of satire. I'm waiting for someone to do a comedy about this.
Yeah.
And like this guy, this Fox News guy's anti, Holly weird, snowflakes.
Well,
Come in for your rights. Yeah.
well, there's an update. There's an update.
Yeah.
We talked about this ad nauseum last week.
Yeah.
There's an update, yo. This week, writer Luke Barnett, who is a longtime relevant subscriber, however, reached out to us. He reached out to us this week after the Fox takedown, and he issued a statement exclusively.
It's a fantastic
It
statement.
comes out of the gates. It comes out of the gates with both fists swinging.
This is an exclusive to relevant statement.
Yeah. The writer, he's a reader, and he wanted to set the record straight
And
with
he's
us.
also stars in the movie. He's the writer and
awesome.
star. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the statement he said. All right, everybody,
It's a
lean in.
lengthy one.
Lean
It's a
in.
lengthy one.
It's good. Here we go.
Buckle up.
I wear Fox News' hatred on a movie they know nothing about with a badge of honor. I honestly thought it was an onion piece at first. Faith-Based is an incredibly personal story for both Vince and I. I grew up in the church. My dad is a pastor. And Vince is still incredibly active in his faith community. I'm excited for people to see this film. This is not a movie making fun of people who have faith. It's a commentary on supporting something blindly. I knew people growing up who played in bands and never had any success. Yet when they switched over to being a Christian band, they immediately made 6 figures touring Christian colleges and megachurches. That's fascinating to me. Every time a Christian movie comes out, churches buy out theaters and take buses to see them. That allows filmmakers to be lazy. If a poorly shot movie with bad acting and a Hallmark level story can land Kirk Cameron or Kevin Sorbo, it's almost a sure thing to make its money back. That's wild. At the end of the day, this movie isn't a parody. It's a story about finding your purpose, about figuring life out when it seems like you're the only one who hasn't. I think that's a universal theme everyone can relate to. Mic drop.
That sounds like some Hollywood hack wannabe, if you ask me.
I think as well, because when I heard about 2 guys from Funny or Die doing this kind of parody on Christian culture, essentially, I was like, okay. Like, this could be mean or this could be like really insightful, but usually outsiders don't get it.
It's hard.
And it's like everything's
hard.
painted with broad strokes and it's like a miss. You know what I
It's
mean?
kind of how I felt about Saved, that Christian high school movie from 15
Yeah.
years ago now, probably, which a lot of people like, but you can kind of tell that it was coming from outside the house.
Yeah,
right?
like even when they depict what a church service looks like and stuff,
It
it's like
was, you could tell it wasn't quite right.
Okay, it's not a priest outfit with a black gospel choir in a Baptist church. This isn't what church is.
It was there was some good stuff in there, but it just wasn't quite.
Yeah.
It lacked that
So my
authenticity.
fear of it coming from 2 Funny or Die guys, it was like, it's gonna be outsiders kind of lobbing grenades. You're gonna miss it. They had an opportunity, but it's the opposite.
It's a pastor's
It's 2
kid,
dudes who are one guy
peakhead.
who's still an active believer. The other guy, pastor's kid.
Yeah.
Relevant subscriber. I mean, they're on the inside.
Jamie, what is your take on this movie?
Well, I think it's kind of like, you know how you can make something of yourself, but then someone else says it and you're like, oh, hold up. I didn't give you permission to do this. Or like, even with my kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy about them. But when someone else says it, I'm like, hey, why don't you mind your own business and leave my family alone? That's what I feel like when you're talking camera, like we can sometimes poke fun at some of our culture, but it feels weird when someone else says it. So I'm nervous. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm excited though, but I do see it's like if, a non-Jonas brother were to make fun of the bonus Jonas. Only the Jonas brothers can make fun of the bonus. Don't talk about my brother that way. Doesn't matter.
True.
He couldn't play guitar. It's fine. Not a big deal.
All
Still
right.
love the kid.
Number one on the hot list.
Jamie,
this
here
week.
we go.
Nervous.
Here we go.
Number one on the hot list this week. This week in Nashville, Tennessee, Michael W. Smith was honored in
saw
a
this.
Christian Stars of Yesteryear studded tribute, and to commemorate the 35th anniversary of his song Friends. Well, folks, our very own Tyler Huckabee was on the scene, live tweeting the evening, and he's here to give us all the juicy details.
Oh man, I don't know where to begin.
Yeah,
guys.
I don't know. Is it possible to play a bed of Friends for Friends Forever softly in the background?
Yeah.
Hey, but the place looked packed.
Let's start there. That's a great place to start, Jamie, because it was
an arena.
stuffed to the gill, an arena show, Bridgestone Arena.
This isn't like the
downtown
Ryman
Nashville.
3000. This is 15 to 18,000 people.
This is where they do the Predators games, hockey
You had to
games.
buy a ticket?
You had to buy a ticket to be there. A not inexpensive one, I'll say. And this is where Kanye
Question.
played. This
Why-
is where Ariana Grande's playing. And I don't think either of them sold it out. Michael W. Smith,
There's no way Kanye and Ariana didn't sell it out.
Kanye had played like it was only half. He
No
closed it off. Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Well, wait till after the next universe, Kanye, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah,
place
yeah.
is selling
We're
out.
This
Jason
is this
Smith
universe,
as Kanye.
Kanye.
I would
Yeah,
go.
that
I would go. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We got
This is
to
Harry
start.
Someday.
First of all, why were you there?
So when I heard about this, I knew that it would be a really special night for my mom and dad, for Mike and Nancy Huckabee. That this was a big.
The
that
governor and
CCM
first lady.
was a big. The former governor of Arkansas, and his wife. So I wrote them and said I would love for you guys to come to Nashville so we could go to this together to do that.
What a son.
At the time I thought maybe my wife would also be joining us. Liz decided she would do something else instead.
Are you serious?
She opted out.
She missed out on a magical evening.
It was a hard no.
What did you like it? Was it fun?
So I would say there were some high highs and there were some less high moments as well. I went in preparing, because you know how being around all that you grew up in can make you a little bit contemptuous sometimes. Like it can stir a lot of look at all that, look at all this like I was ready for that, but there were some moments that really blew me away, that I was really surprised. So Michael W. Smith and his wife Debbie came out. Kathy Lee Gifford was the master of ceremonies, and Michael
Dear
W.
friend, Jamie.
I know, right?
Your
BFFs are so
Your bud. Yeah.
Michael W. and his wife sat on the side of the stage in the style of like a comedy roast, and then they just brought out artist after artist, 50 artists in all. 50
my
artists,
goodness.
3.5
Yeah,
hours.
wow.
To do different Michael W. Smith songs from the 80s, 90s, and today.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was long.
And comedy.
It was long. There was comedy routines. Our friend John Christ was there. Our friend Nate Bargatze did a type 5 of a Christian set, and they both killed. There was a magician. I'm afraid I don't remember his name, but there was some
David
magic,
Blaine.
and it was a very
Chris
good. It was a
Angel.
great trick. It was very good.
Harris the third?
It wasn't Harris.
It wasn't? Okay.
No. I wish I could remember who it was, but it wasn't. There was Jordan Sparks was there. She was very, very good. We had a Backstreet Boy, Brian Luttrell, showed up.
He's kind of the bonus Jonas of the Backstreet
He really.
Boys.
I don't mean to malign him, but if like the Backstreet came out boys and he wasn't in there, I don't think any of the fans would be like, "Where's Brian?" I think it's like, that makes sense. It makes sense. He's not there.
we saw Jars of Clay, and then we saw.
Take us through the live tweet. Come on.
Because I did record all this via live.
Jamie,
tweets.
I want to hear. While Tyler's pulling up his tweets, are you a Michael Dobbs fan? I mean, who's
Well,
not?
weren't
Right?
we all that grew up in the church in the 90s?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, right?
Oh,
Y'all are leaving me hanging. Nobody else was a Michael W. Smith fan when they were in high school.
Let me answer your question.
Chandler, can you turn that down?
By doing this. crawling through the dark to find my place in this world.
You didn't eat
Pretty
enough.
good.
You didn't
Pretty
eat enough
good.
saltines first.
Pretty
You got to
good.
eat more
He has
saltines.
That it's that Michael W. sound.
Okay,
you know?
I will say this. I listened to Michael W. when I was in like middle school probably, and then I like didn't do Christian things, so I didn't know what Michael W. Smith was doing.
Sure.
And then when I came back, I think I was a fan by default. Like I felt like if you're a Christian, you have to like Michael W.
And you were
But do I own any of his albums now? No. When's the last time I listened to him?
Yeah, exactly.
1993.
But to be fair, when you took that time away from Michael W. Smith and you came back to him, you're like, I don't know what he was doing in that meantime. Nothing. He was singing those same songs that when you stopped listening to that he was performing. So yeah, you didn't miss much during that period.
I'll pull a few highs from Twitter.
Okay.
From Twitter that stuck with me enough to tweet about him while I was there. One big one, Charlie Daniels took the stage, went up on stage, Nashville icon, country music icon. His chosen Michael W. Smith tribute song was "Devil Went Down to Georgia." Unclear what that has
No
to do with
context.
Michael W. Smith, but it killed. People loved it. It was a big hit. Rascal Flatts showed up. I do not remember which one they sang, but Michael W. Smith did say on stage it was his favorite one of the night. So he remembered which one it
Rascal
was.
Flatts. Wow.
Yeah. No less a band than Rascal Flatts. Let's see. And then Winona Judd showed up. She walked on stage and she said, "I don't know why I was invited." And it didn't seem like a joke. It seemed like she was genuinely mystified by it. And I think everybody else was kind of in agreement.
Did you get a sense that like they didn't know each other?
I think they knew each other.
Okay.
But she said to the audience, "Most of you don't even know who I am." And she was right. Because there was no like, yeah, we do Winona. It was like, yeah.
There's a lady.
It didn't play. But
She's outside the bubble, right?
yeah, she's not one of them. But and I like Winona. I say
Was
this
Charlie
as a Winona.
Daniels one of them?
Charlie Daniels was. I think they go back, and it was Nashville. So
Okay.
Charlie Daniels kind of was, he was on home field.
Yeah.
Okay.
The CeCe Winans, the Catinias, and Michael Tate all came out together to do that "Crown Him with Many Crowns," like the Michael W. Smith rendition.
At what point did you look over and your parents, both of their heads were just about to explode? Like, that we might die here tonight, Tyler. This might be it. And that's fine with us.
Well, I'll tell you at what point my mom got most visibly excited was when the Mercy Me guys came out and the lead singer says in the microphone, and you could hear it, says, "I have laryngitis."
Okay.
So
Bart Millard.
Bart said, "I had wanted to do Secret Ambition, but I can't. So Michael, would you do it for me instead?" And so Michael W. went over to the piano and he did Secret Ambition, which I'm sure relevant fans are very familiar with.
We are. I like what's how's that?
Oh,
go?
it was I don't think I was even born when it was recorded.
Yeah.
But nobody knew his secret ambition.
Oh, sure.
Nobody. Yeah.
There you go.
And he was having a ball. That was Michael's high of the night for sure.
Yeah.
My Michael W. Smith highlight was Rocketown.
Oh yeah.
That was, I like
which
that,
nobody
that
did. I really thought
How
somebody
did
I really thought somebody
There's
would do
a venue
Rocketown.
in Nashville called Rocketown.
It's like part of his legacy. Rocketown's going to be there after Michael's dead and gone. And nobody did the song.
Nobody did Rocketown.
now,
I would have thought like Jars of Clay would have come out and done that.
Okay,
they could pull off
if
an
they're
edgy
listening,
one.
I was sitting down with one of the guys in Jars of Clay, and he was telling me about this, and I said, "You know which one I think you should do is Rocketown." I said,
Yeah.
I think you should do Rocketown." And then they did something. I don't even remember which one they did now.
Forgettable.
Yeah,
It was
exactly. It was a
forgettable.
when they had Rocketown on the table, and they didn't.
You
do
know
it.
what? Maybe it's a thing like everybody's like got the list beforehand. Like, well, tell us what song you want to do, and everybody assumes one of the big ones
Someone's
is
gonna
going to
do
grab
that.
Rocketown.
Rocketown's off
I'm
the
going to go.
board.
I'm going to go deeper cut, right?
Yeah.
And then you forget their Rocketown.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I do want to. This is we'll end with this. The finale.
Yeah.
How we brought it all home. Bob Goff came out. Our friend Bob,
Of course.
and
Of
Bob
course.
and Bob said some very nice things about Michael W. And then he brought out the Queen. He brought out my first love, my light, my love, my first crush. Amy Grant walked out on stage. She looked great. Vince had just been on. Vince was there too. Vince Gellhurt, Mr. Amy Grant, came out, and she told Michael to go sit down on the piano and had him play a bunch of songs that he'd written for her back in the 80s. So she performed her own songs, just the ones that Michael had done for her.
You left one little anecdote out that when Tyler and I, we just walked back from lunch together, right moments before this podcast. We were talking about this, and he said there was 3 video tributes.
Yes,
one
that's
was
true.
like
That's true.
Franklin Graham, one was former President Bush, And the final video tribute was Bono. And Bono said something that left me concerned and perplexed and wondering why they didn't cut it from
It raises
the
some
program.
questions.
What did he say?
Tell them what Bono said.
He said, I know things that could end your career, Michael.
Oh, wow.
I don't take. Now, if that's something like John Chris said,
No,
like
Bono.
then you're kind of going, yeah, I have a funny joke. Bono doesn't have the comedic timing to pull off a line like that.
Jamie, what is your theory? What does Bono know? What does Bono know? If you had to totally hypothetical.
Wild speculation.
I think Bono knows tour bus stories.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what else could it be?
Like
Who knows?
like a tour bus murder.
Yeah,
like
special
SVU got called.
victim. Like I'm talking, Michael is involved in a SVU level crime.
The big surprise, the finale, Ice-T came out.
Yeah, it was and arrested Michael W. Smith on stage.
Dragged him away from the piano.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
But I do have a question about this whole tribute thing. Is this somewhat something that someone comes to you and says, hey, Michael, we love you. We're going to fill an arena.
I love this.
I like
this
where
is
you're at.
everything.
I like where your head's
Continue.
at.
Because it's
Continue.
wonderful or
Finish
it's
the
horrible.
question.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, we just like I would want to ask Tyler, who was the big sponsor? Who said, hey, we love Michael so much, we want to celebrate him? Or is it Michael's team behind the scenes saying, hey, we're going to do a little recreation here?
Or is it Michael saying to his team, I want this to
And then
happen?
what's the occasion? He's like, I'll pick one of my songs that came out like 35 years ago. That's fine. Just build it around that. Nobody cares. Yeah. Get Bono on.
I think it's
So
a really
what'd they
good
say,
question.
Tyler?
I think it's a really good. Your guess is as good as mine,
Okay.
Jamie. I don't know. I think all of these are equally possible.
Here's my theory now that we're talking about this. I think Bono knows something. And I think Bono, came to Michael Dubbs and said, listen, pay up, pal. And he's like, I don't have that. The kind of money you're trying to extort me for, I just don't have. We have to do it. We have to do a big ceremony. We got to sell this thing out. And, maybe I'll come clean. I think Bono used the opportunity to remind him, don't forget.
I know.
Don't forget. Yeah. I know what happened on the tour bus that night. And they'll never find the body, but I know, Michael. I know.
And Michael, if you're listening to this, I just want to be totally clear. You can come clean to us, pal. We're here for you. We will
Right here on the show.
We will provide total anonymity. I don't have all the details figured out on that one yet. But
3.5 hours. I've heard a lot in the last week, people talking about strategies for Endgame.
Yeah, for Avengers.
Going in super thirsty so you don't have to leave for the bathroom, that kind of stuff like that. What did you do
that is a long
for
time.
3.5 hours?
I wasn't prepared for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I went to this.
Was there an intermission?
There was no intermission. I
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
There's no intermission on a 3.5 hour extravaganza.
I can't even make it through a sermon. Like I always sit. It's not. I just had to get up. Like I'm just a restless, high energy person.
Really.
And I get up. I'll walk to the bathroom and walk around the lobby.
They have medication for that.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I know. No, but I don't know. There's no way I could do 3 hours at a concert. Jamie, what would your strategy be? Going into a 3.5 hour Michael W. Smith concert. I know I couldn't do it.
Michael W. Smith tribute concert.
Yeah.
There's very little Michael involved. You just have to really love the song.
That's easy.
See, that's what I'm thinking. It's like you're walking into a concert. Like you would sit through a concert, like Kanye West coming out soon. You would sit through that for 3.5 hours, wouldn't you?
I probably would. I probably would. But that is a massive jump between
Kanye to Michael.
Yeah.
Well, that raises the question though. Who would you want if you were going to see a tribute like this, 3.5 hours? What artist?
I think that's our question.
Do you think that could be a question of the week?
And who would perform? And
who would you want to handle this?
Yeah,
and I think a lot of relevant readers. I think this would be theirs. I think I lived their dream, and it was everything you imagined.
Yeah,
it would be.
All right, well that'll do it for.
There we go. That's better.
That's comforting.
That's better.
It's more newsy.
Comforting.
That sounds like Delilah. Every time it plays, every time I hear y'all do that, I think Delilah.
Wait, now I'm figuring out your lane. Are you a Delilah fan?
Oh, Chandler or me?
We already know Chandler is. Jamie, this is the second time I've seen you blush on the show. There's no shame in liking Delilah. She's delightful.
Hold on. Jamie, have you ever sent a love connection request or dedication?
No, I haven't. But you guys, when I was in like early high school, I used to listen at night in my bed to, it wasn't Delilah because she's like PG, but there was another guy, Dr. Drew, or is that his name?
Yeah, Loveline.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to listen after my parents went to bed.
What? Wait, you didn't listen to Delilah because she was PG? You listened to Dr. Drew?
I'm just saying my parents wouldn't let me, so like I would go, listen in bed at night after they went to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's a lesson to parents out there. Like,
Yes.
don't you go listening to Delilah. You're like, don't worry, I won't, because Delilah's lame. I'm listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew and people with weird STDs. Yeah.
Right?
I used to go to sleep listening to 102 Jams after 9 p.m. Bruce Bebox came on, and he kept it soft and warm on the Quiet Storm. And it was,
I like that.
it was,
That sounds.
it was all like old school R&B, and soft jams, old school jams. And stuff.
Radio used to be, I mean, obviously, like, I think all of us, we do podcasting, so we have some affinity for this medium. But yeah, there wasn't like a lot. We had a rock station that had mandatory Metallica every night at 11. I'd be like, I need to go blow some steam, listen to mandatory Metallica. And they just play like
They
five
literally
Metallica.
called it mandatory Metallica.
And they play like 5 Metallica songs, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, I listen all the time. Yeah.
All right, well, that'll do it for the hot list. We already said that. Stay tuned. Up next, Joy Williams joins us. Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. If you like the Relevant Podcast, you'll really like Relevant Magazine. And right now, we are having an unbelievable flash sale. We're running our best sale of the year, lowest price we've ever offered for a year subscription to Relevant Magazine. And it's happening only at this URL. Ready? relevantmagazine.com/flash sale. Get a year of Relevant for $10 at relevantmagazine.com/flash sale. You're listening to Nicole Buss featuring Rick Ross. It's a remix of You. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Two Door Cinema Club with their new single, Satellite. Well, today marks the release of the brand new album from singer-songwriter Joy Williams. It's called Front Porch. On the album, the former Civil Wars member explores ideas of life, love, loss, and what it feels like to belong. Our very own Tyler Huckabee recently spoke with Joy about the album.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this conversation with Joy. I'd never spoken with her before, and we had a really good conversation. And I think, like a lot of people, I've been aware of Joy for a long time, both in her pre-Civil Wars time to what happened with Civil Wars to her work that she's done after. So I kind of asked her to reflect on just what it's been like over the years to go through so much evolution. Here's what she said.
I mean, frankly, I've been called every name in the book, from starting from when I left doing, church-based music. I mean, I was called every name in the book when that era happened. And then when the Civil Wars ended and it wasn't explicitly spelled out, people made assumptions that were completely untrue. And I've been called every name in the book about that as well. And I think I've thought to myself, at times I've wanted to stand up and defend myself, and other times I just go, you know what? It's human nature to want to draw a conclusion, and it's not my job to change everybody's mind. If I did that, that would all I'd be doing every day of every week of every year, and life's too short. So I will say there have been people along the way who have come and gone. And I can feel some sadness about that. But what I do feel more deeply is such a deep gratitude for people who've stuck with me this whole time.
That would be such a weird spot to be in.
Yeah,
to be in like a high
difficult.
profile person, a high profile artist, and something like a band breakup happened, and everyone has presumptions and
Assumes
being
the
called
worst.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She kept saying she's been called every name in the book, and I was waiting for her to list a few. She didn't.
I don't think you can
And
say
then
it
I
on
was
this
like, what?
podcast.
Like Esther? Sarah?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't
Every
know.
name in the
I
baby
hear
book.
it. I hear her say that, and like my heart breaks for her
I
because
know.
I can only imagine what that feels like, and I can honestly say I've wondered, like,
Sure.
oh, like there has to be more to this, like,
Yeah.
and then you come up with your own assumptions. This is such a good reminder to us that there's always people behind our assumptions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was something that she really had a lot of thoughts on. A lot of our conversations sort of centered around this idea of growing up in public, like she's done, and like I think a lot of us are increasingly doing in the era of social media. We're connected to the things that we've done in the past, and there's weird things about us that are public, and there's weird things about us that are private, and that creates some weird expectations. So after what she felt like it's been like to grow up as publicly as she has, and here's what she said about that.
I think it's hard to grow up in general, and then it's hard to grow up in front of other people. I mean, I started in this industry when I was 17, and I started out making, church-based, like faith-based music. So I've had a giant, world shift, worldview shift, I should say. I've had several, worldview shifts over the course of the years, and several, shifts in terms of what kinds of music I've created and in what capacities I've done that in. And, and I've always been a curious kind of mind. So I always am asking the questions and like looking underneath rocks and saying like, what's underneath here? Maybe that's because I'm a triple Scorpio, on my astrological chart. I don't know. But I think what's important is asking the questions as opposed to always looking to some sort of concrete answer. I think a lot of beauty and a lot of compassion and a lot of creativity and a lot of love can arise when you're busy just asking the questions.
I feel like that's something that people say a lot, especially became kind of in vogue to say, like asking, it's important to ask the questions. You don't always need an answer, at least ask the questions. And I think that's true, but I think it's one thing to say it and another thing to actually lean in and sort of embrace the truth of that, because people in the faith community, we love our certainty, and it's really, really hard to let go of that certainty and appreciate those questions. So I asked her to be a little more specific, what questions in particular really led to where she's at right now, and particularly to Front Porch here. And here's what she said about that.
How do we stay connected? How do we stay kind? How do we stay human? How do we stay loving? Those to me are fully, in conjunction with the welcome mat on my front porch that says howdy. Those are conversations you can have with red wine on your front porch and friends that also like to ask these kinds of questions and also like to shoot for a couple hours. So it's all in there, at least in my opinion.
I appreciate that she has a front porch mat that says howdy.
She's lives
I
in
do
Tennessee.
too.
She lives in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They hand one out when you cross the border.
I picture, but Jamie, I feel like, to be fair, they probably do that like in the Texas border.
That seems
too.
like a Texas thing.
Yeah, it
Howdy,
feels a little more
y'all.
Texas. Yeah.
I will say this: we've talked about this before, and I want to get back to Joy. But Jamie, maybe you could help us with something. Don't mess with Texas is very antagonistic. Like I wasn't threatening you. I crossed the border. I'm happy to be here. I wasn't going to mess with you. I would appreciate a howdy mat. Yeah.
But people in Texas, we think that we're really special.
Yeah.
And we think that everyone's like, oh, we could become our own country if we wanted to. Like Texas people are just like, I don't know anyone else that has like the state of Kansas flag tattooed on their ankle, but everyone in Texas has the flag tattooed on them.
That is true.
Are you born and raised Texas, or are you transplant?
I'm born and raised. I spent 5 years in Tennessee.
The worst years.
So do you drink the Kool-Aid? I mean, do you identify with that worldview?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not like, hey, we're awesome, we're the best, but Texans are really proud to be Texans. And so, yeah, I'm glad to be a Texan.
Yeah.
And I get
There, I
that.
said it.
I get it. No, I get that. I think Texas has like a reputation to uphold. And I think whenever I've been around a Texas person, whenever I've been in Texas, I've been like, oh yeah, I see why there's pride for this state.
Oh,
I don't know
proud.
about could be our own
But
country.
but it's true. I've never heard someone being like, you wouldn't get it. It's a Delaware thing. like, people from Delaware, it's like, no, it's Delaware. I mean, you can it's kind of right in the middle. I mean,
I've never been anywhere else where you have to drive so much. Like just to run down to the grocery store at the corner, it's a 20-minute commute because everything's so spread out, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it, Cameron.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get it.
It's Texas.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Texans
thing.
get it.
Texans
They're
get
spending
it.
a lot of time in the truck, and they're just thinking
but
about
they have
stuff.
like great food.
They're
They have
listening
like
to
brisket.
tunes.
They
Like,
get to eat barbecue.
Yeah.
They get to listen to Hank Williams.
The nicest restaurant in Delaware is a Carrabba's, and it's right off the exit, and it's like, I mean, it's where you go on anniversaries in Delaware. It's just a lot of chains, you know. So it's a good Carrabba's. It's not, you know.
My I don't know why, but my 9-year-old and his little buddy were talking. I heard him in the back seat, and one of them learned that in Vermont there's no McDonald's. You know, it's like a little fun fact that one of them heard.
That's interesting. Trivia.
And they're like, "That's not true, Dad. Is that true?" And I was like, "Buddy, I've heard that Vermont has passed laws banning fast food establishments. Like they want to have, you know, healthier whatever.
Sure.
You know, they don't want to be inundated by fast food." And he's like, "So there's no Chick-fil-A?" And I go, "No, that would be no Chick-fil-A if that's true." And he goes, "We're never going to Vermont." And I go, "You know what? We can. I'm fine with that.
I don't need the governor of my state telling me what I can and can't eat at lunchtime. Okay, don't tread on me.
He literally said that. He goes, "Well, what do they do? Like they don't have drive-throughs.
Yeah.
What do? They have to go into restaurants?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Wait, I gotta go talk to someone who lives in my state? Are you kidding me?
He was aghast.
I didn't know the Soviet Union was still around."
I don't really know how to get back to the joy thing, but
Sorry, Joy.
Hey, but I will get back to Joy. I really appreciate this interview that I've heard so far because I'm a huge Civil War fan. And sometimes I thought, and this is not true, I sometimes thought I need an explanation. You owe me one. And I don't think that's true.
Yeah. And I think that was probably talking to her about this. It became clear just how, you know, that she's in like we were saying, she was in an impossible situation, and she has had to, in that, as with many decisions she's made for her professional career, has had to just sort of live in that sort of tension. And I asked her about that because I think that in her new material, and even in the stuff she did with Civil Wars, that's something they've always done very well. She's done very well is articulate what it's like to live in the tension. And so I said that to her, that's what I feel about her music. And here's what she had to say in response.
You know, we all experience this moment of, man, if only it had gone like this, or I'd be happy if ... or it'll all make sense when ... And that sense of wanting something other than what is currently happening or what you currently have. And it made me think of this Eckhart Tolle quote when I went to a retreat of his in Norway, and I'll paraphrase it because I don't have it perfectly down, but he said, suffering can be described as wanting a person, a possession, or a place. And it sounds very simple, but it's like, God, that is that's so true. I want my relationship to look like this. I don't want my relationship to look like this. I want my kids to do X, Y, Z. I wish my job was ... I mean, and this is how we live. This is how we live until we start realizing, at least for me, I shouldn't say we anymore. At least for me, I had to realize, well, that completely destroys what I do have. And it takes away from the relationship I do have. It takes away from how my children actually are, and I can enjoy them. I can look at my job and say, no, this is good. This is stretching me. All of these things, like, it doesn't have to be, I'll be happy when.
Huh.
Yeah. I thought that was really special.
That's good.
The understanding of contentment.
Yeah, I felt that. I was in Vermont one time, and I was starving, and I had like $3.
$3. You had no options.
No options.
No.
You had to go to the
Drive
grocery
across
store
state lines.
and make a dinner for yourself.
Pork and beans.
And while I sat there over a stove making a large, delicious meal of fresh organic ingredients, you know, farm to table from Vermont, in a beautiful cottage for my family, I thought, this is what suffering is. We could have eaten McDonald's. We literally could have eaten McDonald's hours ago. And here I am, like a sucker, making a big fresh stew. I'm sorry. This is suffering.
But did you notice she said, like, you know, well then we and oh no way, I shouldn't refer to me something like myself as we anymore. Like what was that? Is it like I am legion, we are many?
Well, she was like using the editorial She was saying like
the collective we.
yeah, she
Yeah.
was saying she
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
saying
yeah,
like
yeah.
I think we do this when this happens,
Maybe-
and then she
Oh yeah, yeah.
she,
That's
like,
collective.
made it-
And she's like, no, I do this.
I mean, with her references to like, astrology and Eckhart Tolle, it seems like she's adopted a different worldview than probably her traditional faith-based.
Yeah.
And I think she was kind of and I appreciate that. Like, look, I'm glad people of different perspectives feel comfortable talking with us. And, obviously we're going to joke around a little, but at the same time, like, be able to kind of say, I think this, this isn't a platform where I'm going to become judged for that. I'm not going to lump you in to think you believe. Like, I know I'm sure she knows where we all stand collectively on our faith values and or orthodoxy and theology, but she still feels like, well, I can come get a seat at the table and let you know how I feel. And even if it's not how we all feel, like, I think that's a good thing.
I think, and now we're understanding why the fourth Hansen wasn't allowed in the group.
Yeah.
He had some
This is
very,
it.
very odd worldviews.
Yeah, he really wanted McDonald's on this road trip, on this tour through Vermont. They kicked him off the bus. Said, "Adios, bonus Jonas." He walked up to a home that said "Howdy" on the welcome mat and never left.
That is funny though. I have a friend who just bought a welcome mat here at Target. Very modern, nice looking welcome mat. It says hello.
Oh yeah,
And in Tennessee,
That's
the
not-
Targets say howdy.
howdy.
Yeah, that's
Howdy.
not Orlando. It's hello.
Yeah.
Orlando, it's get in quick before they all get in.
Get in, you're in Florida and you're outside.
Get in.
Weird stuff happens here all the time. Get inside, lock the door.
Get in. Who are you?
What was that? That's what it says.
Oh, it says home invasion. That's great.
All right. That was Joy Williams. Make sure to go check out her new album, Front Porch. It releases today. Look how timely. Stay tuned. Up next, it's your feedback.
The second I slip away, I let it go and feel alright. Another level of the night. Can't fit this feeling, dust off my side. Another reason to try. You got me thinking I'm close. Can't be the only words that you told me.
You're listening to the Marias. The song is Clueless. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Last week, we asked a very complex sort of
It was
question.
not a
We
great
decided
question.
to test the waters with a very different type of editorial
Pushed
question
y'all
of the
past.
week.
This is on us. This is on us.
You know,
It was
this is
weird.
on us.
It got weird.
we're teachable. You know, you want to push the limits a little bit, but we can course correct. We're not dogmatic. We're not going to stay there if y'all don't like it.
Yeah.
We expected too much
Yeah.
from you people.
The
You
question.
asked a question and no one answered, or what happened?
Very
Not
few.
nobody.
Very
Not
few.
nobody.
Very
Okay.
few.
But reading it back,
It was a
I was
dud.
trying to type it back into the rundown, here, and I was like, this question's impossible. This is so dumb.
This is
I can't
so
believe we asked. And I
dumb.
can't believe actually a couple people did attempt to answer. But we did have, Jamie, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to last week's yet, but we did get into a very interesting conversation about the difference between beluga whales and narwhals. It was hard hitting. It was hard hitting.
That's why people
Good
tune
journalism.
in.
I tried to get
The
like
intersection of
yeah,
faith
that's
and
right.
culture and aquatic life.
That's right. We
what-
tried to get NT right on to get his
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
Bob Goff, but we just made up quotes from them.
And
so
You could probably get Winona, though. I mean, that's what I hear.
she's like,
So
I
show
don't know
up.
why I'm on this
Why
podcast.
I'm on this podcast, but all right.
I'm glad someone's finally asking me about narwhals.
So the question we did ask you was, what would you make the new J.R.R. Tolkien biopic about the late author's family?
No, about the late author's family.
This is complicated.
Yeah.
This is a tough
Oh,
question.
yeah,
I'm
okay,
already
got it.
confused.
Okay. This is a very poorly worded sentence, and I will do my best. Here we go.
That's how we ask it, because I was like, there's no easy way to write this.
Okay,
I'm literally a professional writer, and I have no easy way to write
Jamie,
this question.
J.R.R. Tolkien, there's a biopic coming out, okay, about young Tolkien, pre-Lord of the Rings Tolkien, okay? And the family, the estate, the Tolkien had nothing to do with it. And the Fox Searchlight hasn't let them see it yet. And so we're like, what did they put in there that they don't want the family to know about? And the family issued a statement, like, we have nothing to do with this. All this.
Yeah.
So we conjectured, what could possibly be in this movie. Anyway, we asked our listeners, what would you make the new biopic about that the late author's family wouldn't want people to see? So, three of you took the bait.
Yeah.
And here's not our favorites. Here's the answers that you guys said.
The only ones that we got.
Top three.
Yeah. This is Ryan, and even the answers are confusing. And I don't blame not many people for like I said, there's a ton of other feedback, but according to Ryan said,
we'll get to the other stuff.
Little JRR. You know what? I just remember it's Junior JRR. Yeah, little Junior
JRR Junior.
Yeah, little JRR.
I think they call him juror.
and he condensed this entire plot into a tweet, which is impressive. Little JRR journeyed with his mom to the pawn shop to sell her engagement ring from a former suitor to placate his/her husband.
His father, her husband.
His father, her husband.
Yeah.
They had to travel through a Christian college campus fraught with Ring by Spring seniors. Oh, I get it, like a Lord of the Rings thing.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. So the journey to Mordor, the journey that they undertake, the unexpected journey
is actually pretty good.
Is through a college campus.
But then he needs a guide then.
He needs a guide
to get through. And
yeah. This is who the guide is. This is their Gandalf. Emerson Eggerich provided a word.
There you go. I like it.
I
Good
feel
job,
like
Ryan.
that's a pretty good response.
That's what we were looking for.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
That's what
Ryan
gets
it.
No, that's it. I'm remembering now. We were asking is the movie going to say was the inspiration for Lord of the Rings what did young Tolkien go through or experience that spawned what would become in his head.
That's
And
right.
the
Lord of the
family
Rings.
couldn't be happy about it.
The family doesn't want you to know this story.
It was high concept.
High concept.
It was high concept.
Ryan gets it.
Yeah,
Right.
Ryan, you're on our level, man.
Yeah.
You could be part of the fellowship.
Yeah.
Here.
Gosh. All right.
Taser says, in the future, a time-traveling Jesse Carey, I always like these, travels back and befriends a young Tolkien and previews his latest stand-up late one night. The resulting mental distress scars the young man for life, which he apparently uses that torment to then, he turns his pain into art and creates the literary epic.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
That's actually plausible.
That's plausible.
I've driven a lot of, they say, what's the old saying? There's a thin line between, genius and insanity. A lot of people have listened to this podcast and danced along that line, and I don't wish it on anyone. So.
All right. But there was a lot of other feedback because actually what the show will be remembered for is the great narwhal debate. We learned on the episode that narwhals are not fictional.
Yeah.
And because we Googled it and whoa, there's actual pictures of them.
Taylor gave us some narwhal facts. I'm just going to blast through 3 of them for us.
Let me hit us.
Okay. The tusk is a long front tooth with temperature sensitivity.
Ooh, nothing worse than a tooth with temperature sensitivity.
You know what's a real bummer too is they live in the Arctic, so you've been in that's just a tortured existence.
He's got brain freeze, permanent brain freeze.
Biting into an ice cream cone all the time. Gah! It's just a horrible life for the narwhal. God's sick joke. The narwhal. Okay, tusk are used to smack prey, not spear them, then eat it.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
You have a spear.
Yeah.
You could kill,
and you hit
could
it broadside,
kill it, and you hit it use it like a baseball bat, like a wooden plank. Why?
Yeah.
How poorly designed is this
medieval
animal?
jousting would be a lot different if they broadsided you with
I
those
guess
sticks.
it would have to swim very quickly to spear it. I don't know if it's capable of the level of propulsion.
Oh, you're thinking it's maybe like a manatee.
It would need, yeah. Maybe it just kind of floats along and it can't really work up enough.
The other
momentum.
Or what if it speared it and then it was stuck on there? And so it's like having that
Shish
dangling
kebab.
fruit you can't even get.
You're absolutely
That's
right.
what I said on the show last week.
Torture.
It's the shish
torture.
kebab. And I'm going, there's a pot of them. They're just swimming around. And what if there's an inadvertent fish
accident.
school and like Gary just made his face a shish kebab, a fish. What happens now? Those fish are just stuck on Gary.
That's a question. Yeah. Okay, I see. I take back my slander of the narwhal.
And the final fact is that they actually use them in the wild to discern between male and females when they're looking for a mate, because the male has the tusk. And I guess the female.
No, the female
does. She
female
says
mate untusked. According to Taylor.
This is according to Taylor. This is
Taylor Hard.
Someone set up a poll too.
Oh,
and they said, okay. It says, okay, settle this one, Twitter. Help the relevant podcast out. who wins, and there are no guidelines. We don't understand the rules of this poll. I don't understand what the stakes are. I don't understand anything about it. It just says who wins, Team Beluga or Team Narwhal. When I checked before the pod, it was 70% Narwhal. Jamie, Team Beluga or Team Narwhal? You have to
I don't
choose.
even know.
You got to choose. The
I'm going
stakes
to
are very
go
high.
with the Narwhal because I learned more about them today than ever. So that's
know.
what I'm doing.
That's
I don't
what-
even know.
That's you're on the right side of history.
Okay, good.
Finally, Josh Chandler, you should like this one. Josh says beluga whales are the pugs of aquatic animals. They are very pug-like. They're very adorable. They are very adorable.
I also want to address, because we got a few pieces of feedback about this, and I am aware of this, and I didn't mean to let the inkling nerds out there down, but we did confuse a few C.S. Lewis
I
and
don't care.
Tolkien
I don't
references.
care.
Okay, you're using the word. You're like Joy
the-
Williams. You're saying the collective we incorrectly. Jesse Carey is the one.
And I don't care.
I
did
was
it.
aware.
I did it because all
They
those
happened.
nerds.
I saw them happen, and Jesse, I let it fly because you're my friend.
I
And
said-
don't
No,
wanna
it was a
shame
good-
you.
it was a good
Jamie,
joke.
I don't want to
said-
shame you
here's-
on air.
Hey,
Here's the joke.
No, hold on. Tyler, let me just tell you something I've learned knowing him since 2005. When he's on a run and it's a funny joke, don't confuse him with facts.
Don't.
Just let it go.
Because
Yeah,
I did, and
it's
I did it.
rarely
I let
ever
it.
factual.
It was.
It'll ruin the moment.
and if I've learned anything from the president of the United States of America, that doesn't matter. Don't apologize. Don't back down.
Just double down.
Double down. Double down. I'm double downing now. According to me, Mr. Tumnus was an invention by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I don't care what any of you nerds have to say. I will never apologize.
I like where you were going with calling him an Avenger, because Mr. Tumnus the Avenger would be a very interesting cinematic mashup of two.
It's all one
universes.
big nerd world, and I don't care.
They killed off all the other ones, right? So
Yeah,
now
we
we
need a
just
new
got to
one. We need
introduce some new
ones. We can get
characters.
Mr. Tumnus in there. We can get Aragorn.
Mr.
Hey, you name it.
Tumnus
The
was-
Redwall guys. I don't care. Bring them all in.
Mr.
Legos.
Tumnus was dusted, never to come back. Spoiler alert. Hashtag in game.
I think that's all we got.
All right, well, that's last week's feedback. There's actually a lot more where that came from. Go check it out. Okay, it's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
Well, earlier in the show, you learned not only that Michael W. Smith gave himself a 3.5-hour tribute concert.
Because he owed
Supposedly.
Bono. He owed Bono
Bono.
big time.
Because then
He had to raise the
because
ticket
of the
price.
special
Had to
victims
raise the money
crime
to
he
blackmailed
pay off
into
Bono.
his own
gruesome,
tribute.
the
Yeah.
gruesome murder he and Bono committed.
Ice-T is hot on the trail. So, tribute show. 3.5 hours. We want to know, what artists would you sit through a 3.5-hour tribute of? Now, the artist has to sit on stage roast style, so
Yeah.
they have to be living.
But they're not.
And so then the entire 3.5 hours is that person's music. So I mean, you can't say like something hilarious that would be torture. You know what I mean? Not okay. So who would you want to be honored with the tribute?
Yeah.
And then what artists would you want to appear and do what? What would make it special for you to sit through it for 3.5 hours?
Jamie, warm us up. Give us one to tease into next week.
Well, this is going to prove my Texans-ness to you.
Can't wait.
One of my favorite concerts, and I haven't been to a lot because I'm not a big concert person, but one of my favorite concerts ever was Garth Brooks. Have any of y'all been to a Garth Brooks show?
No, but I know he's got a very deep catalog.
You know who I can just speak for Annie F. Downs. She would say
It is the best, maybe because I grew up on his music. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Again, I haven't been to that many. He played the entire time, ran around stage. It was amazing. But I like his music so much, so it would be fun to see other people come in and sing it.
Sure. I think that's. I
I
hear
would-
only good things about Garth concerts.
Yeah, I
Everybody
think
seems to
that'd be
love
cool.
him.
I know Annie F. Downs would say Dolly Parton. She would.
yeah.
that'd be
My
good.
question is there 3.5 hours of Dolly Parton songs? Because I know of 3 of them.
Oh, there's like 3.5 years of Dolly. Dolly's been making music since before our parents were born.
Yeah, but I mean, like songs that are known enough that you would want to hear in a tribute.
If Michael W. Smith can do it, I'm sure Dolly.
There's probably a lot of songs that she wrote, other people performed, and we
Right.
didn't even know that she wrote.
A lot of those songs, like whenever you see some of those, and this happens in Nashville sometimes, where they get one of those old country music artists out there, and you're like, oh, this song was actually written by them. It didn't just always exist.
Yeah.
Like it just was like some of those songs that were always in the ether.
Like what?
Like when I went to a Willie Nelson show, and he started playing some of his songs, and there were just so many of them that I was like,
hold 'em.
know when
Yeah,
to fold.
there were just like
I thought
songs that I
that's
just,
Kenny Rogers.
That is Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
but I'm sure Willie Nelson has sung it.
I'm
sometime.
sure Willie knows it and would be honored to have it played. At
Willie
his-
would sing that for
Yeah,
Kenny.
he
Yes.
Charlie Daniels singing "Devil Down to Georgia" style. Like,
the answer.
you get
That's
one
so
wild
weird.
card. You
That's
get one or
so
two
weird.
wild
It's
cards.
like Charlie didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
It was like Charlie, he didn't know what event he
Well,
was signing up for. So
I like Tyler's theory on Twitter. It's actually the only song Charlie Daniels band knows, and they just go around playing it. Like wherever they go, they're like, "Oh, you want to hear Devil Goes Down to Georgia?" I mean, it's literally all we got. But no, the answer is easy. It's Weird Al Yankovic. Take us through a night of hilarity and song parodies that the world has never
you
seen.
know what I would sit through for that?
Yeah.
It's Weird Al Yankovic being tribute, but it's the actual artist singing his parodies
great.
of their
Oh,
songs.
that's a good
that
one.
would be
That'd
that would
great.
be incredible.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
That's a
It'd set
great
the
idea.
internet on fire. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
That would maybe be the one I would sit through for 3.5 hours.
Every minute of it.
Yeah.
Every
We need
minute.
to make this happen. The president needs to make
We
this
kinda
happen.
need to
This
make-
needs
to make that
this should
happen.
exist.
Yeah. America needs this. In our hour of need right now, we need a Weird Al Yankovic tribute concert with the actual
artist
Yeah.
singing his song, not their real songs.
Right.
Well, Coolio doing Amish Paradise.
Can you imagine?
There's like women
you
churning
imagine?
butter. Yeah. As I walk through the valley where I harvest
so-
my grain,
So
I
it's
take a look
almost
at my
now,
life.
now you're going like Grammy style where it's like big thematic
Oh, yeah.
staging.
Oh, yeah.
So like
Pyrotechnics.
each song
They're
has-
reenacting the music videos. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
that's
music
what I'm
videos
saying.
are
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
All right. I like it. So hit us up at Relevant Podcast or post your longer ones on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. That'll be fun. Many thanks to Joy Williams for joining us. Remember, her album Front Porch is out today. And if you have a front porch and live in Nashville, you can get a mat that says howdy. Just FYI.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this Friday night, get up early tomorrow morning and go run and raise some money for clean water through World Vision's Global 6K for Water. It's happening May 4th, tomorrow morning. Find out more at worldvision6k.org. And if you're listening to this after Saturday morning, go to worldvision6k.org/relevant and donate to our team.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, I have a question about your team.
Yeah.
Are y'all competitive? Is like someone like, I'm going to win this?
Tyler and okay. So last night, Tyler and Jesse arrived yesterday,
That's
and
right.
so they're both staying with me. And so to finish off the evening, hot tub time.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell
Gotta
you,
loosen up.
you loosen up.
Yeah.
And,
I can't.
and we're sitting out there, and sure enough, they started talking smack to each other about who's going to win. And I'll tell you this, Tyler's running a lot, and he's kind of downplaying, I'm not running as much lately, buddy. You'll do great. And then Jesse's like, well, I pulled my hammy the other day, so
listen,
I got to whatever.
bet you did.
And like, so it went from competitive, I'm going to crush you, to
No.
like, I'm giving you a better excuse for why I'm not going to do well.
No, I'm lulling him into comfort. And then when I blast by him, his spirit will be crushed because he wasn't planning on having to fight that hard.
Jamie,
Man,
I think
I fight dirty.
you've been on a couple podcasts now with me and Jesse. You've gotten to know us a little bit. We've had some laughs. We've gotten
Who's
deep.
gonna
Talked
win?
about some thoughtful things. Who's going to win?
Who's gonna win?
Are you Team Tyler?
If
or
you
Team
had,
Jesse?
if
Team
you
Tyler
had
or
to
Team
put
Jesse?
money down right now, if a tiny house renovation was on the line,
With JD?
yeah, with JD the property
Yeah,
brother, he will come in and make your wildest tiny house dreams come true. Who is winning?
Okay, I only know you guys from sitting here and talking to you,
Yeah.
but I don't know why. I just think Tyler's going to win. I'm sorry, Jesse,
Jamie.
but I think Tyler's going to
Jamie.
win.
Jamie, you're exactly right.
Unbelievable.
It's got to feel good to be on the right side of history, Jamie.
That is-
It's got to feel good to be correct.
Hey, but I'm here for listening to you guys talk about it and hearing why the other person win. I cannot wait for that
It's been a
conversation.
real pleasure having you on, and maybe we'll cross paths again. Thank you for making time for us.
Hey, before we wrap things up, I want to tell you, make sure to check out our 2 new podcasts. Every day, 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week, we are bringing you Relevant Daily. It's what you need to know happening that day at the intersection of faith and culture. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. Also, my long-form conversation podcast, Unedited, with Cameron Strang. The episode that we put up this week is with Jamie Twarkowski,
great conversation.
the
Really loved that
founder
one.
of To Write Love on Her Arms, is talking about mental health and his own story. And with that and all that, it's a great conversation. And on that note, we'll wrap things up. Jamie, anything you want to plug?
You can listen to the Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey while we're talking about podcasts.
Hey, while you're doing
yeah.
load up the phone.
Download, yeah.
You got
While
to
you're subscribing, yeah.
You got a new subscriber in me, Jamie. I signed up after last time and I've loved it. It's been a great listen.
Tyler?
You're loading up the phone for your big 6K. You know, you got to have some options. You got a little long form conversation, a little quick news update, and the happy hour.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do it. Okay. Well, on that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Tyler Huckabee.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
We will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
We are the satellites. Set the reaction. No. Ticket to ride. No. Reckless abandon. No. Time on your side. No. Into the future. No. The water is fine. No. We're going places. You're coming with us.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
He's not just a victim. That was gruesome. I've never seen someone victimized this specially before.
Relevant Podcast Network.